Hello, and welcome back to the Greatest Games Podcast. Today, I want to talk about sound effects and audio cues in video games. I think we can agree that these sounds are very important to the overall enjoyment of the game. For example, when you hear this sound while playing Super Mario Bros., you know that you just got a power-up. You might not think that you need these sounds or audio cues because you can see, and the visuals tell you more than the audio cues could. And while that may be true, recent studies have shown that even though light travels faster than sound, people have a faster reaction time to sound than they do to visuals. This means that audio cues in video games can help you identify and react to whatever happened in the game much faster. So why am I talking about video game sound effects so much? Are they really that important? The short answer is yes, and I haven't even gotten to the main point of this episode. The idea for this episode came to me a few days ago when I was going through some audio files on my phone, and came across this one. And I suddenly felt a sense of dread. That is because this specific sound is from the popular Nintendo game Pikmin. The sound effect plays if you get a Pikmin extinction, which means you lost all of your Pikmin and have to forfeit the rest of the day, losing time and resources. I was fascinated that I still felt the intended emotion, even though I just heard the audio cue and wasn't actually in the situation. According to the Audiology and Hearing Aids Center, this effect is known as evaluative conditioning, and is the reason why you get excited or happy when hearing this sound, or annoyed when hearing this sound. These audio cues aren't inherently emotion-based, but your brain tells you that they are because of the context you heard them in for the first time. For example, the Duck Hunt dog laughing at you because you missed all the ducks probably pissed you off the first time you played Duck Hunt. Thus, your brain tells you that you should be more agitated when hearing this sound. This effect also gets stronger each time you experience an emotion alongside the sound effect. So if you play a game a lot, the sound effects from that game probably have a much stronger effect on you. This effect is not limited to video game sound cues either. There was a story going around a few months back about a man who had lost huge chunks of his memory due to a mental illness. But whenever the hospital played a specific song, the man started to cry. The hospital staff were puzzled by this because the man could not tell them why he felt such strong emotions about that song. It later became clear when the staff asked the man's wife, and she responded by saying the song was the one that she walked down the aisle to. So how do you create this effect in a video game? Well, the first part is simple. Make an audio cue that is linked to a specific event in your game, like collecting an item. Getting a game over. To signify the start of a boss battle.
This match will get red hot. Now go!
Or even beating a hard fight. And it doesn't hurt to add a little emotion into the clip as well.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
All of these sound clips are incredibly memorable for a few reasons. For one, they are only used in one circumstance. You never hear the sound effect for collecting an item in The Legend of Zelda instead of the death sound or when defeating an enemy. This goes back to what I was saying near the beginning. The Pikmin melody that I referenced plays in one other spot in the game, when Olimar is knocked out. The sound clip is identical, even though this is a different scenario than the Pikmin extinction. So why is the sound clip still so effective? Because both situations you are supposed to feel the same way. Defeated. Another reason for these sounds being so memorable and effective in-game is their uniqueness. Even sounds that are supposed to serve the same purpose sound different from one another. Overall, sounds have a very strong impact on our minds and emotions, so next time you're playing Super Mario Bros. And hear this sound, just remember it has a much stronger effect on you than you realize. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Greatest Games Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Thank you.